Hello, welcome to the LTP Lounge, episode number 62. Thank you so much for joining us this evening. My name's Mark, one of the co-hosts here. Tonight, as usual, per usual, sitting to the left of me is Udi, the drum master for himself. Udi, what's up?
Hey, how you doing? Good evening. Good evening.
I'm doing good. Let's see. Tonight we're going to be talking about some Disney layoffs, perhaps, and then take a look at some latest construction photos and whatever else who's ever in the chat wants to direct it. But let's roll the intro music and then let's get going.
Let's go.
Yeah. All right. Hey, so again, we are this is the LTP Lounge. We are really the Leaving Today podcast, an audio podcast. You can find us every other Monday, wherever you want it, wherever you guys find your streaming content, Apple Podcast, iHeartRadio, Spotify, anywhere that you can find streaming content, you can find us. Episode 252 is out right now. We do a pretty deep dive into what we learned about D23, but I think everyone's doing that right now.
Yep.
So I don't know. I mean, that's going to be a lot of people's content for the next couple of years, I would imagine, speculating and all that kind of stuff. But,
Yep.
I don't know. Maybe we'll have a bigger sit down roundtable. We can talk about that with some like-minded folks.
I mean, that is always fun. But to me, I'm kind of like, I want to know more before we go even further. I feel like having the conversation and speculation is always fun.
Sure.
But we begin to tap out at a moment where we're just kind of rehashing. So
yeah.
And like you said, everybody's talking about it right now. So there's a lot of info out there, which is fantastic. But there's also a lot of the speculation and people, just doing what they do. And I'm kind of like, well, I'm a little bit more of a facts and logic kind of like, let's figure out what's actually going on before we just talk about whatever. So
yeah.
So that's why when we talk on here, we try to point at things like this is why we believe what we do. We're just not going off the cuff and just whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, and I think we're going to get a lot more information before 2028. So as that breaks, we'll definitely take it apart and dissect it and see how it all works out. Okay. If this is your first time listening, hey, welcome. Please like and subscribe we're at 89 followers. Let's get to 100.
And share.
Yeah. You can also find Udi and I on other people's page or site or YouTube channels like Theme Park Conductor and George the Disney Italiano. And then hopefully we get on Orange Grove 55 soon. We've been talking about that. So we've got a lot of things. Some people in the comment, oh, wow, okay. Jeez. There's quite a few people here already. What's going on
cool.
here?
I love it.
Gare Bear. What's up, LTP fam? Hey, just a Wednesday night. Just checking in with everyone. Seth. Hey, Seth, how's it going, brother? We're gonna have Seth on the channel in October. He's going on a cruise, so we're just gonna talk about that. All right, John in the house. I listened to your entire podcast you recently released. Oh, you did? Did you like it?
Yeah, thoughts and opinions. Feedback. We'll go feedback. Thoughts and opinions.
Feedback. And John, is that your first time listening to our audio podcast? It feels like I'm in the Haitian Terrace. Well, Gare Bear, that was the idea. If I was going to broadcast this channel from any land in Disneyland, I would probably pick Adventureland. That's where I'd pick. Where would you pick, Udi?
Adventureland is good. I would not mind Fowler's Harbor. Would be kind of cool to chill.
Absolutely.
And somewhere in Galaxy's Edge, I wouldn't mind either. Like probably with right on that balcony looking over the Falcon. I think that or that little kind of patio area at Savvy's.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, now I know what you're talking about.
Kind
Yeah,
of like a quiet little corner. Yeah.
for sure.
Mm-hmm.
All right, John, already coming strong. I too think they need to cool it with the cruise ships. I'd rather they make upgrades to the current ones while offering more things to do on their islands too.
Yep.
Yeah, we're gonna probably talk about that because that came up in last night's show about that, and that's something that I'd like to explore. But Seth, who's in the chat right now, is a big cruise ship guy, so he's gonna probably sell it when he's on the show. And I'm not against it. I just don't know like a whole lot about it.
Yeah. Yeah, no, admittedly, we're not, you and I were not cruise guys. So we kind of look at it and go, and if you're not into cruises, I could see how we're all kind of like, well, and I posed a question to, because we were on Conductor's show last night. Or no, yeah, it broadcast, we recorded last night, it released this morning. How many is too many? And that's all a question for you guys in the chat. Like, how many is too many? I think we're at a point where maybe, that's my point, is like we're at 13, 14. And kind of be like, hey, let's let that kind of go for a few years, see what's going on with that, and then move. And then the other point that I made, which I feel is coming, is going to be the separation from the parks and experiences. I feel like it would behoove Disney to do that. But I feel like they need to shore up some of the lacking numbers, because I made the comment, you guys agree or disagree, but that they've been using the success of the cruise line to kind of pad that stat.
Yeah,
their earnings. So once I feel like they've recovered more on the park side of things, I wouldn't be surprised if you see them split it up and then become a division into a itself.
Oh, I think so too. I honestly think so too.
No.
All right, hold on. We got a couple comments here. Oh. The Magic and the Wonder almost 30 years old, which is really old for a cruise ship. Okay. Hold on a second. Chat is sort of broken right now. Hit that like button, guys. Okay. Yes, John. Thank you for that. John said he liked it last night, or the episode 252. It was the first time I listened to the podcast. Well, you've got some catching up to do, my friend. But that was a longer show. It was like 246. That's a bit long for us. I think around hour and a half to 2 hours is our happy spot, but 246 is a bit much. But thank you for.
But D23 coming off D23 had so, and we could have gone. We literally could have gone longer. Gone longer. That discussion could have gone longer.
Okay, hold on a second. I liked it. Okay, that was from awesome. Okay, no, sorry. They can upgrade the ship, especially the top decks. Yeah, it will cost money, but the maintenance would be the same as the prior maintenance once the upgrades have been made.
Yeah, I don't. The only thing I feel, and this is just how it usually goes kind of across the board, is if there are cost increases to stuff like that, it's just because of, general cost increases we all incur. Material, whatever they got to do, the PMs are going to be huge, and the specialty of the equipment is another part of it too. There are people who specialize in different trades, right? So that's going to be the other part of it too, the demand. There's a few things that can kind of make that fluctuate though. So yeah. But overall, you feel like it would level with in general, raising prices would kind of just flow. Yeah. Unless something crazy happens. So yeah.
Right. I'm not into the cruises, where I tend to think any more than 10 is more than necessary, but the demand is there and making Disney money, so who can argue? Right. I don't disagree. Hold on a second. Sorry, guys. I'm fine with them as long as each one is maximized to its fullest potential. However, if they aren't, then I'd rather they focus on the ones they have. Oh yeah, I totally agree.
Yeah, and and the interesting question that I feel is going to moving forward, and not just with what's going on with the cruise lines. Yeah, but you were doing a live, Bill, weren't you?
Yeah, he was doing a live. Yeah.
That one I get because I mean you guys are building, so when you start building, you can lose track of time. But I sadly I haven't had a chance. I'm like I got to go see that because I'm very curious. As a last conversation, you and I, Jay, I saw your designs for it, and I was kind of like, ooh, that's going to be cool.
It's awesome, yeah.
Yeah. But going back to it, I think it's going to be curious to see what the change in leadership is how it's going to affect all these things. And obviously the cruise lines are going to be affected. So we are now 6 months, or is it 9 months into Josh's?
Oh, I don't know when he took over. Was it January? It wasn't January 1st,
right,
was it?
It was right. It was at the shareholder meeting, which is when?
Oh, the first quarter, probably March.
March, yeah. So there we are, yeah. So we're 5-6 months into it, and I already feel he's making moves. So
He is.
We'll see what it comes up next. His first actual full shareholder meeting. I think that's going to be an interesting one. I mean, they're all kind of interesting to me, but yeah.
Oh, are you talking about our podcast, John? That lady is Becky. She's one of the co-hosts of the show.
Yeah.
She doesn't come on this one, although she probably will. But she's primarily on the audio version. No, she's great.
Oh yeah, she's awesome. I'll give you, since you don't know, I'll give you a quick little bio on Becky. Becky was actually a listener, and she at the time was living in Phoenix and had a long commute, so she kind of got drawn into the show because we're long format. So what wound up happening, she got upset at I think it was a price increase, and wrote a lengthy email to Mark. And so then he read it to us. We're kind of like, hey, she's actually, very, very fluid and very cogent with her discussion. So like, hey, we're open. We're like, hey, and Mark's like, you want to have her on? And of course, the response is always like, yeah. So we did. We had her on with our other co-host, Jess.
Jess, yeah.
Yeah, and so we had that. So what happened is Jess had some stuff she had to kind of start backing out of the show a little bit. And we're like, Mark and I trudged along for a long time, just he and I. We kind of went like having a third voice was kind of cool. Yeah. And Becky popped back up. And then we kind of had a few, if you go back far enough, you'll see me, Mark, and then like a third wheel. Sam Carter would happen to be one of those third wheels floating around in there. Guys like that. And so,
yeah.
And so finally we're kind of like, look, we either need to just settle this and and so we kind of, Mark said, what about Becky? We had a discussion, he and I, over drinks. And then we said, yeah. So we texted her, and she was, I think, shocked. I think a little bit.
More than, yes.
And then she agreed. So that's that. Yeah. And she's a lifelong Disney fan. Has 2 young daughters. A great husband. Just a great human being. So, and that's a part of it too. She speaks to what we try to do all the time, because she was part of the listening audience, and now she's part of the show. She is, in the show, and it's what we love to do. That's another reason why we do what we do here, just because we want that community. So she's a direct reflection of that. Yeah.
Yeah.
She's awesome. Yeah, she's awesome.
She's great. Yeah. Very, very well put, Udi. Okay. Let's see. I don't think you'll put money into those ships because their age, dry docking for 2 years because of law. Okay, I didn't know that.
One, right? Yeah, the old one. Yeah, because those have to go through that kind of stuff. There's no way around it. At one point in time, a ship has to get dry docked and has to go over. I mean, we all know salt air, the salt and everything is super corrosive, and it'll chew it away, and they have to do it. It happens. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So
they're going to retire the 2 oldest ones when the 3 smaller ships come out. Oh, okay. That's
literally what I was just going to say. So you're saying that they're probably going to retire the 2 old ones with the new. Okay. See, you answered the question before I even could ask it.
Yeah, because the 2 old ships don't use the correct fuel for many ports. They don't. Is it diesel or is it just something else?
I got no idea.
Who knows?
Not cruise guys. I don't know.
Don't know.
We don't know.
Don't know. But Jason, yeah, it's great. It's great having conductor on your show, right? That guy, he's so full of information, and he's got a great conversation about him and a great thing about him. So, and that sign you're making just looks badass, dude. Badass. Okay, so let's go to the first topic. We talked about Josh Giamaro coming in for the first quarter. He's been with us for almost 3 quarters, right?
Mm-hmm. In the third.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Difficult transitions.
Yep.
Tough times in the movie business, pressure to leverage AI, mergers, and this is courtesy of Mice Chat, by the way. Mergers and acquisitions, reshaping the entertainment industry, and a need to consolidate power and make sure loyalists hold the top spots have led Josh Giamaro to set aside his nice guy image and sharpen the axe yet again.
Well, I have a problem with that phrase. I have a little bit of problem with that phrasing, but continue.
Okay. We've been reporting on a steady wave of layoffs at Disney over the last year, including elimination of roughly 1,000 roles in April. Disney prefers the term involuntary staff reductions. Yes, I know how that phrase is. Yeah. And a second round of job cuts in July that significantly impacted Pixar, National Geographic, and ESPN. There were quieter trims before those. A marketing consolidation in January and about 100 salary Disneyland resort positions cut last October. Mm-hmm. So we see they said in 2023, Disney announced a company-wide reorganization that would eliminate 7,000 jobs. But now, just 5 months into Josh Giamaro's tenure as CEO, Disney is setting its cost-cutting sights on the top of the food chain by offering eligible executives early retirement.
Good.
The time-limited voluntary early retirement offers. They call it a Vero. Every company's got their own version for this. I'm used to call it ERP, early retirement package. Is an enhanced retirement package available to U.S.-based executives at the director through executive vice president level across Disney Entertainment, ESPN, and corporate divisions, including those working on a temporary basis outside the United States. However, not everyone qualifies for Vero. To take advantage of this, executives must have 65 points, a score that's calculated by adding their age and number of years they've worked for Disney, with a minimum age of 50 and at least 10 years at the company. Okay. So that's what's happening right now. Udi, what are your thoughts on all this?
Well, I always say that when you have layoffs, it's never a pleasant experience. I think all of us probably at some point or another have been through some form of a layoff or another. I know I have.
Yeah, definitely.
And it's rough. But when it comes to this right here, we kind of were wondering when he's going to come in, what he's going to do to kind of, start setting his mark and start showing, new sheriff in town, the whole thing, yada, yada. And most of the time, Mark, and you know this well, you guys will come in and look at a company that maybe isn't doing as well or can do better or whatever, however you want, whatever the philosophy what I go like, well, what are you going to do? Usually they go to personnel. It's one of the things that is the easiest thing to cut. And I air quote easiest because it's not, but that's the way the numbers crunch, right?
Yeah.
Hard assets, not so easy to get rid of, invested into property, all that kind of stuff. It is not the simplest thing to cut there. Far easier, much quicker to go to the staffing. So, but that being said, I think this serves kind of maybe not two, but it's a multifaceted way to look at it. At least that's how I did.
Yeah.
One, he's you got to recognize that a lot of the sectors that they're going to haven't been really been going that well.
Right.
And usually when a segment of business doesn't go well, there has to be a change. But especially with somebody coming in new, they're like, hey, we need to make this, financially, viable for us to continue doing this, right?
Yeah.
Now, the difference between Chapek and Josh, though, is the things that Chapek was just nothing but cut and dry. Like he didn't look at it as anything other than numbers. I feel like Josh isn't quite like that. But that being said, the other layer of it is I feel like he he kind of knows, for lack of a better expression, where the bodies are buried and who's been doing what for a while, and can probably have a lay of the land about maybe this guy these people may not be with me, or may be a little bit, the political intrigue of it, if you want to put it that way. I mean, it sounds more grandiose, or it comes off a little more grandiose than it really is. I think it's pretty boring, but it's what it is. It's like, well, these guys aren't really going to perform. We all know, we've all worked with people like, man, if I was in charge, I'd fire that dude, that kind of thing. And then I also feel like it's also direct reflection on him going, making the statement like, we're moving the company in this direction. So I think, like I said, it's not one simple thing. I think it's multifaceted. And when you look at a company like Disney, there's so many working parts to it. So
yeah. I don't know if this is a sign of things to come. Usually, in my experience, when they start doing these in early retirement packages, it is, I think there's a targeted headcount reduction that they want.
Absolutely.
And this is the first wave of that. And if you aren't, if you're at Disney and if you're thinking, oh, it's just going to be these executives. No, these guys are getting, they're just from my experience. Well, I was reading what some of the packages were. They're going to get like a year of your salary. So these executives are making what, $300,000-$400,000 a year minimum. So they're going to get that. They're going to get like a years of health insurance that's covered under the corporate one. They're going to still be able to contribute for 3 years to the 401k. And they're also some of these guys are also going to get a silver pass, which is a lifetime pass to the parks. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Dude, if I'm 65, 66 and I'm peacing out, I'm going to take my silver pass.
Heck yeah, and my pass, and money and my stock and the whole thing. And I'm riding out. Yeah.
And you're also like, you might be able to find just another job too, if you want. Yeah. But yeah, hold on. There's some comments here. Sorry.
Well, just real quick. I just feel like absolutely targeted headcount. Once this rolls through, they'll look at. Then they obviously are going to reassess. Yep. Like, okay, do we need to move forward? Did we get enough? Yes, no, and then we'll go there. Basically, like the chart. Offer people, the early retirement. Did we get enough? Yes. Then what do we do? Nothing. Or did we get enough? No. Then we go cutting. Then we force them out. But anyway, yeah.
Right. Oh yeah. This is the first step in that.
Yep.
Okay. Sorry. I gotta go back a little bit.
Yeah.
One of the islands is the new and not even completed yet, and they have been upgrading Castaway for the last little bit. Oh, okay. Yeah. Have you been to that island, Seth? I was curious about that. Yeah, he's cool to chat with, and actually only half of Monday's show is building while designing the sign. Okay, yeah, that tracks. Seth said, "Oh yeah, absolutely. Yes, diesel. The new ones are natural gas and the other alternative fuels. I know San Diego, when they were here, they must use shore power when in port, and allowed to use the motor to run everything. Oh, that's cool.
Okay.
And then John said, I'll take the package, but only if they let me move to Florida first for the sole purpose of no income tax. Yeah, you wouldn't be able to do that anyways. Because your tax year would be like, even if they let you move now, John, you would still be on the hook for, 8 months of California tax. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Unfortunately.
Yeah. They want their.
Yes. Up in the both islands. Awesome, Seth.
Cool.
Get you a traveler. So, this is what's happening in the world of Disney right now. It's the harsh truth of when a new CEO takes over, and there's going to be some growing pains, and this is part of it. But hopefully not too many people are impacted, and I hope that the people that are can make that decision on their own.
Yeah.
And land on their feet. And I think all these executives will land on their feet. So,
yeah.
Dude, just, let's say you've been an executive for 20 years at Disney and you get let go. I mean, Six Flags, Knott's Berry Farm, Cedar Fair, they're all going to be interested in talking to you. I would imagine.
But even outside, depending on what division you are, I mean, there's tons of logistics and all that kind of stuff. So there's distribution centers, there's marketing, there's all kinds of things.
Right, absolutely.
Yeah.
Good times, good times.
Yeah. Well, you know, and again, trying to put more of a positive outlook on it, even though it's a horrible, terrible thing to go through.
Right.
I still feel like the corrections are being made in this correction, because I mean, I keep on saying it, that the entertainment side of it has been failing. It's been failing. It hasn't hit anything. I mean, I'm glad, again, it looks like the turnaround is beginning. You know, well, Spider-Man is kind of blanketed in this. We'll see what the Avengers movie does. They're re-releasing that. We're gonna go see Endgame, right, Mark?
Yeah, I want to.
Yeah, we got to go see that. Looking at Maul, looking at what it looks like, what they're doing with Ahsoka, at least in Lucasfilm. Marvel, again, looking like they're turning around. What they're wanting to do with the parks, Tomorrowland, all those kind of things are like, again, pointing the direction of where Josh wants to take the company, and I think in the much needed direction.
Right. Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right, we've got a comment. Then let me move to stay in Florida for a year while still working, then I'll take the package. Well, you won't get that option, John. I think they probably give you like a couple of weeks to think about it, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be very long. It wouldn't be very long. Maybe a month. Maybe I'll give them a month, like figure it out. And then, yeah. Yeah, but no, I mean, reading that, I'd be like, yeah, no. I would absolutely go.
Yeah, I mean, if I'd been there that long, I mean, I would imagine I have enough money saved up anyways. And plus, that silver pass would be actually kind of something I would be interested in.
Oh. No, and you know, the funny part is like when I got laid off, this was years ago, I went to go work right away because I'm like, hey, I think I got 6 months of pay.
Okay, wow.
I was like, I'm gonna go double dip. Like I need another job right now. That way I have that money coming in, I have that money coming in. Yeah, it was interesting.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'll post a question, but I would say absolutely they are not. Here it is. Do you guys think they're a scouting location for a park in India?
No.
They're not even playing that game, John. I'm sorry. They just aren't.
I really feel that
Dubai is not going to go either.
No, Dubai is going to go, and the only reason why Dubai is going to go is because they're not paying for it.
Yeah.
It's too far down the line. They've already talked with the royal family down there. In fact, in that World Builders that I know you haven't seen, Mark.
Yes, I have.
Oh, did you see it? Did you see them talking about that?
Yep, I loved it. I love that. Yeah.
Well, no, but they sat down with the people in Dubai.
Oh yeah.
And they were talking about it. So I'm like, okay, well, that's gonna happen. As much as I was like, I think I pretty much said F Dubai before. I'm like, really, Dubai, really? Why?
Yeah.
I think honestly, I feel like that's another Iger thing that Josh has gotten saddled with. But hey, what do I know,
dude?
F Dubai, man.
Arendelle looks so badass.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Holy cow, that looked awesome.
Can we comment on this real quick? I don't. Wait, hold on. Anyone who has not seen World Builders, and I'm gonna talk a little bit about it. If you don't want any spoilers, give me a second here.
Yeah. So I think Udi's gonna pivot for a second and talk about World Builders.
Just for a moment, because I feel like one of the coolest things that I saw out of that program, because if you're not familiar, it took people who created the movies or the animation, and it took them to once they created the land. So the woman who wrote Frozen, and she wrote the screenplay for it, right? Right.
Okay.
She walked into the land.
Yeah.
and watching her genuine like emotional reaction to it, I sat there and I went like, that is the wonder of what Disney has at their disposal, because they can foster the imagination, they can foster the creatives, they can do this and then make it into real life. Because I mean, okay, they had Kevin Feige on there, and I'm kind of like, okay, but dude, you don't really create these characters. It's a little different. They had the guy, the one Zootopia, he created that.
Oh yeah,
too. And then she writing screenplay helped create those characters, create them, and the lands and the worlds that they inhabit. So even Jan Favreau, who I love, even he created Grogu and he created Mandalorian, and you know there's Ahsoka in there. So having those things a little bit deeper connection, there's like, you know, Kevin Feige, not to throw shade at Kevin Feige, but, and this is the thing that is amazing. And again, I feel like they're even though Bob Iger said, you know, we're great storytellers, blah blah blah, and he's been saying it forever, and it's true. But the thing is, you could tell the focus wasn't there. You could tell the focus wasn't in the storytelling and the world building. So
right.
with these kind of things, I feel like this is like the reality. Like we are doing this now. We have to go back to it. I don't think they have a choice. And we've been saying it for a while. They have no choice. They need to return to the roots of everything.
Yeah.
And so having that it's only like maybe an hour long.
Yeah.
But the amazing overall feel about having a creative individual create something and then have it manifest in a reality. I can only imagine, because I build for a living, but I get drawings. I get, like, I don't create that. I get the drawings. I may help design a little bit here or there, move things around, that kind of thing. But I don't create the stuff. So even though I build and I get a huge sense of satisfaction walking away from the finished project going, yeah, I helped build this, I couldn't imagine how it would be to be like the imagination, you know, and the creative force behind something and have it then walk into it. You know,
right.
I got emotional with, you know, walking the Galaxy's Edge, and it had nothing to do with it. I don't know how it would have been if I'd created Star Wars and walked into that. I probably would have just melted off in a corner crying, probably.
Oh yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Just real quick, anyone that's in the chat right now, would anyone in the chat, I'm not sure if you're local or not, but would you be interested in going to the Walt Disney Family Museum sometime this year as a group? We're trying to get something together, putting together some special stuff, and just let me know in the chat or message me if you would like to go, if there's something you're interested in. Okay.
Ballpark October.
Ballpark October, possibly.
Late.
Yeah.
Ballpark October late.
Yeah. Okay. Marvel's looks from Gerber. Marvel's looking up. Parks heading in the positive direction. Yes, yes. Apparently cruises are popping. Yes. We just need Starfighter to be hit, and we're back in the golden age, boys. Well, Gerber, you are. You know what? Oh, I'm sure Udi has something to say about this.
I do. I don't think it's going to hit. I could be wrong. And here's the only thing that people can draw. That I think people are going to draw like, well, look at what Andor did. It wasn't the Skywalker part. I'm like, correct, but it was directly attached to it. Rogue One, same thing, directly attached to it. We know nothing about Starfighter. You cannot, and they're saying, oh, it's after all that stuff. I'm like, in a world that nobody knows and there's no connection to, are we really going to care? It may be a cool film, don't get me wrong. Again, I'll go back to the iconography is awesome. I love that jacket, that skull and crossbones with the Rebel sign upside down. It's freaking awesome. Like, I want a shirt. I want a hat. I want that. But I don't know how well it may be a good film. And I'm hoping it's a good film. I really do. The people involved in it makes me believe it will be a good movie. But is it really going to be Star Wars? Is it really going to be something that goes like, oh, Star Wars is back? The only way Star Wars is back is we have Luke again, we have Leia again, we have Han again. I'm sorry that.
Well, but you know,
that, then we're there.
This sounds like this could be a topic for a Mando show, but I think though, Udi, you have to realize, and I know you do, but there's different generations of Star Wars fans now there's a generation where Luke, Han, and Chewie aren't their characters. For us, we've been there from the jump. So we get the benefit of all these guys are our characters. But there are some people that go, oh, I just really like Rey and Finn and Poe.
Okay.
And those, and I don't agree with them, but yeah, there are those people.
No, so let me expound just a bit more.
Okay.
You're right. We all know it. In the Star Wars community that we talk about, we fully recognize that there are going to be segment fans, OT fans, prequel fans, Clone War fans, fans of the books, fans of the comics, fans of the game, and they lean towards that. And there are fans of the sequels, but I'm going to say the fans of the sequels are probably one of the smallest segments of it.
Yep.
So you cannot move a franchise forward with catering to the smallest segment. So, and going back to it, all the other parts of it, so Clone Wars, Rebels, OT, prequels, books, almost all of them still tied back into the OT. In some way, they live in this realm. In fact, anytime they went too far away from it, it's failed.
Yeah.
Knights of the Old Republic, because you could still see the lines coming, and still super popular, but still not to the same level. That's what I'm talking about. So
right.
You're right, but in order for them to really connect back in and get the people back, and this is what I think they're doing with a lot of stuff, is they're going backwards and going, we need to plug back in over here because we pulled the cable too long. We're at frayed ends. People aren't connecting with it. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
My hope, Garrett Barry, that Starfighter is, I hope it's fun, and I hope that I feel like, oh yeah, this was worthy of an actual cinema screen. Because, I mean, I never like the Mandalorian and Grogu movie. To me, it was great. It was good, but it felt like an episode to me. Like, and I don't know how you do that different.
Well, when it comes to the Mandalorian, what we had was the remnants of the old order. That was their stuff.
Yeah.
It realized we can all pretty much agree that looking at how, as much as I enjoyed the Mandalorian Grogu, I thought it was a fun movie. Like people,
yes, yep,
pick it apart and like, it was just fun. Like just let us all go and just enjoy it. But it was the way it was laid out. It was a TV show, and we could feel it because it was supposed to be. Everybody pretty much says that was supposed to be season 4.
Oh yeah.
So,
all right, got no Udi.
But
okay.
What I say?
What was that about, Garrett Bear?
Yeah, I don't know what I say.
I don't know. Let me see. They could do it by making a prequel with Dark Plagueis. Yes, they could.
Mm-hmm.
They could also go back and remake the most of the recent trilogy. Yes, they could.
Well, dude, the rumor mill is fun to play in, but man, the rumor mill for that is so bananas, and I wish it would have. But anyway, was it? Nobody likes her. Oh, go ahead.
Nobody likes Rey. That's a lie, Mark. If they like her, it's only because that's all. Yeah, I agree. I don't know of anyone who likes Rey. I mean, I don't know, but there's got to be.
No.
I don't think there are fans. I do not think there are fans of Star Wars fans who don't resonate more with the OT cast. I agree with that.
Everything starts with them. Everything. I mean, even Ahsoka. Let's take Ahsoka. One of the reasons why she's such a good character is look at her roots. Where does she begin? With Anakin. So anyway.
Yeah. I'd push the Anakin liar button on a second soundboard if I had one. Liar! Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. My daughter's 12 and really likes LG Cashew more. Well, your daughter's smart, Seth.
And well raised.
Yeah, my daughters love the LG Cashew too.
Yeah.
The amount of times Ray could have died from the choreography of fight scenes was absurd. It was so bad.
Oh, no. The fight scenes in the sequel trilogy are so bad. They're so bad. Other than the throne room where they kill what's his name off for no apparent reason whatsoever.
Snoke.
Other than that fight scene, that is the standalone fight scene. Every other thing in that movie, in those movies, was pretty much trash. The big epic battle between Rey and Kylo, snore fest. Oh my lord.
Yeah, episode
garbage. Anyway.
Episode 3 was
trash. Episode trash.
Dumpster fire.
Yep.
We got about 20 minutes left. Let's courtesy of Fresh Baked here. I want to he did some stuff recently. The sound is off, which is good.
Mm-hmm.
But he's talking about I'm going to skip to where I think is pretty interesting, because up until here, so he's talking about
more commercials. All right, anyway.
Anyone need coffee made? Okay. So this is that area that's right behind the new Eastern Gateway spot, in between the two hotels. And look we have got here. It is now, this was a parking lot like a week ago.
Yep.
And now it is going to be paved over, or footings for the bridge.
Mm-hmm.
So this is huge. I thought this was, I had no idea they started doing this part yet.
The infrastructure part, and I keep on saying it, when you look at infrastructure that isn't going to be a lived-in space, it is different. It is just different.
Let me ask you just real quick. So, have you been on a job site like this, or anywhere you see all kind of rubble and everything?
Not with rubble, but big old trenches with piles of dirt. Yep.
I mean, my question is, what do they do with this stuff? Can they like grind it down and repurpose it into soil?
Yeah, they actually, what they wind up doing is they'll bring in a big old dump truck, a big backloaded one, and then they'll fill them and take them off, and they get recycled the asphalt. Yep.
Okay, good. Because I was wondering, hopefully this isn't going to some sort of ditch somewhere.
No, typically not. Those are materials, and they have to do that. Regulation is you can't just find a corner. Now, mind you, small amounts, people do it. I've seen it. I kind of go like, well, that's not my part of the business. I'm going to put my nose back into my stuff. But they need to find an effective spot for them. And there's ways they do munch it up and stuff like that. As far as I know, that's what I've seen and heard, because I've asked the question before when they're ripping up asphalt. I'm like, what do you guys do with that? So, yeah.
So this is the spot right behind across Harbor here where it's going to go. So this is exciting. And this is going to be great just to watch all this unfold. And I hope they can get that bridge put in with very minimal traffic and interruption, but I don't see how they will.
They will absolutely shut that road down for a while.
Yeah, they will. Okay, we have some comments here.
What they may do is they may go divert from one side or the other. So close one side and go to one, and then do it back way. They may do it that way. I don't know. It depends on who's planning it, what the city approved, and the city planner, what they want. So yeah.
Okay, John's. Nope, the throne room fight scene was bad too. Okay.
No. Out of all of them, I think that was the only one that was decent.
Yes, John. That was the one saving grace of that pile of dumpster fire. Are there glass panels on the triangle roof to prevent rain? Yes, I think you're talking about the Stark Flight Lab. I think those are glass panels, because we talked about that last night on Conductor's show. And it's going to be, I didn't realize it was going to be partially outdoors. It's
kind of cool.
Yes, track houses are notoriously bad about leaving stuff on the ground and in your dirt. Track houses. Yeah, there's a lot of backfill in those for sure. What?
Track houses, I will tell you this, sorry guys, but track houses are some of the worst construction you will ever find on the face of the earth. Period. On every level.
On every level.
On every level. So anyway, your $1 million house, I'm like, what are you doing? Oh, I like Ray.
They totally mishandled what could have been a great character. I'm a simp, I know. Laugh out loud. Oh, Gear Bear. It's a good thing we love you.
I'm just going to go back to that old saying, we have nothing nice to say.
Yeah, I mean, you know
Things
what?
that
It's
help.
fine. Some people, I mean, I don't know. We're all different, dude. Some people like fish. I don't like fish, but I don't think there are any. I don't have any comment about them. You know, I just didn't. I didn't really like Ray that much, but that's okay if you did. It doesn't bother me any.
So this is all I'm going to say.
Yeah.
Gare Bear's point of view is one because he sees potential in the character,
Yes.
but he's
Raw
not.
power.
You're not accepting the reality of what the character is.
Garrett Bear sees raw power in her, Ray.
Yeah,
I mean,
no.
Udi.
A Palpatine bloodline, blah blah blah. It's ridiculous from top to bottom. Top to bottom.
Yeah.
Ridiculous. Anyway, but we do love Daisy Ridley. We love Daisy Ridley though.
Yeah. Oh yeah, she's great. I don't think she's anything to do with
she's
her.
Awesome. Oh, she's awesome. Yeah. Anyway.
So the bridge starts over there, and that's gonna. I bet you we're gonna start. Where are we now? August. Man, I want to see this in December. See to see what the progress is by then. I think it's gonna look a lot different.
Yep. Well, but again, so we've talked about it before. The demo part of it, if they're not demoing building, asphalt and concrete is a quick. They literally just can get there and rip the crap out of it. So that in that shot, that was a great all. And that great all is going to be picking up and digging stuff. It doesn't really dig. Great alls don't usually dig. They're more of a lifting, kind of moving stuff around and elevating, delivering. So, but yeah.
Look at that.
The grading part. So this is the cool part, right? So looking at that, they're going to start. Once they start bringing in, you guys are going to start seeing the dirt movers come rolling in. The levelers, the flatteners are going to see. I don't know. I'm waiting for somebody to pop out with a video of the surveyors out there dropping their markers for heights and stuff like this, because it's all got to happen. So once they get a good way going, once you guys see that, right? If we ever catch that, we start seeing the stakes in the ground. We start seeing the guys out there in the little tripod. You guys have all seen them on the side of the road. It has a little box on top of the tripod, and they're like looking at it. The surveyors, you guys know what surveyors are. Once you begin to really see that, then you're really gonna be like, okay, now we're moving, because they're laying out and getting everything ready for them to start building on top of it. This is the easy part, especially the concrete. I watched them lay a fresh sheet of asphalt down at a project, realize, oh crap, we need to get underneath there, and rip it all out literally in a week.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I was laughing the whole time, but it cost them a pretty penny, but I thought it was funny. But yeah, they ripped it out real fast.
No comments. Are you talking about Ray Skywalker?
No,
Udi's not saying anything.
I would never. If you have nothing nice to say. Anyway.
Anyways, yeah, that bridge. I'm kind of replaying this part because this is the only part that was very interesting.
Yeah. He's not.
Yeah. I mean, I bet you by like December, all this is. Do you think we have footings by December?
You may have again.
Pylons, or whatever the term is, or
you won't have the footings up. You will have at least the base of it. You'll have
the base
pads for them. Yeah. Because they're going to have to go down.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they are going to have to go down for sure.
They have to go down. So they're going to have to go down to build up. So that's the next part, right?
Yeah.
So once they figure out this is where we're going to go, this is where you're going to dig, this is what you're going to do, then you'll start seeing the forms coming up with the rebar and all that stuff. So you guys, and I'm sure you guys have all seen it, the rebar, what it looks like, how they do that. I mean, we've all kind of peeked over in a construction fence every once in a while, and when they're doing rebar. So yeah.
Right. Okay, so now here are the ticket booths. This is like 2 of the 4 that they had marked off the other day, and these are going to be demoed soon.
Yeah. Quick.
Yeah, he's got a good overview shot from the monorail in a moment here. But this is all part of the Eastern Gateway project. This is all part of the growing pains. We got to say goodbye to some of this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So the landscape is definitely changing.
Yep.
And I mean, we like to think it's for the better.
Yeah,
but the way we visited the park. Oh, here we go. Look at. Oogie Boogie's up there already. Of course
Yep.
he is.
Yep.
Because man. But once we get a nice overview shot here, I'll pause it of all the construction. So I know there's no audio, but what he was saying is they've ripped out the trees, which I've hoped they've replanted. So yeah, all this stuff is going to be just gone, and I don't know. It's kind of sad. It's kind of a
You have memories of walking into but that back one was the last one I've ever walked up to, which was a while back. But yeah, that's the last one I ever walked up to.
Which the one that's the very far one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. So I looked at it, I'm like, that's the last one I walked up to. It was a while. It was years ago, but still.
I wonder if anybody wants these things.
I feel like no. I mean, the way society's moved as a whole, not really. I do feel like they need to have still, and with just the mass of people that go there, you need to have the one-to-one interactions when there's problems. I mean, Mark, you've been there, and if it is to direct you to the app, but still, I'm also curious because I feel like as we move on, the reservation system is going to eventually go away. I feel like that kind of stuff is going to begin to find its way out.
Right.
And at that point, are people going to want to migrate back to the old-fashioned way of like, well, I got to go get my ticket? Not everybody. Obviously, most of us won't. We all have learned much better and much quicker to go. Oh, those are J-booms. Those are fun.
Oh, that.
So the only thing, those 3 pieces of equipment, I've operated 2 out of the 3. The only one happens is that little mini backhoe, but that J-boom and that Great All, I've operated both. Those are fun.
Okay.
Yep.
I bet you someone's going to want these light posts if they don't repurpose them.
Dude, I feel like they're going to get repurposed because we all know whenever Disney rips some stuff out, they'll leave homages. They'll leave pieces of it there, or they'll find a way to incorporate pieces of it back in.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't be surprised if maybe they repurpose a couple and then maybe throw off another one to to auction.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I wouldn't be surprised if that one of those shows up in somebody's backyard or their front yard or whatever.
Oh yeah. I don't think he has anything about not a whole lot with Coco. I mean, there's not a whole lot with that. It's just but there's nothing about Arthur and Sons. I'm scanning ahead. No, there isn't.
I think Arthur and Sons was at that point a month ago, right? We talked about it last time.
Yeah.
If anything, there'll probably be pictures of the foundation being put in.
Yeah.
Maybe start seeing the forms for the walls or whatever they're going to do, however they're going to build that, because I'm unfamiliar. Obviously, I don't know what the plans are for it, how they're going to build the structure. So I don't think there's much going on. Coco, I still feel like Coco, that is the one that we have. I'm still very much in a quandary over what they're doing.
Yeah.
Yep. Very, 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 very much so. So I'm hoping with what we talked about with Coco 2 being scheduled for release in 28, right?
29.
29. I'm hoping to see some serious movement over there to try to marry it as close as they can with that release. I'm sure that's kind of the tight window they're talking about. Whether or not they achieve that, obviously, who knows? Probably not. But again, depending on what they want to do, what the
right.
So I'm hoping they begin to roll out a little bit more info on that, because I feel like that's the next big unknown.
Right.
Tomorrowland, I'm not even factoring Tomorrowland into this right now, just because all we know is that they're doing something. I mean, literally, that's it. We're doing something. Cool. That's it. That is it. Coco, we have physical movement. Eastern Gateway, physical movement.
Do you think between now, August 25th, and the next D23, we will have some concept art for Tomorrowland?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, I hope I hope it comes out before that, and they're showing.
I wouldn't be surprised if you actually see movement with stuff before then.
Yes, I wouldn't be surprised either. I'm kind of hoping you kind of have to have something.
Well, I made the comment. Was it on Conductor Show? But I feel like as we're kind of getting now further away from the announcement last week.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to logically put it out and looking at what Disney's done, and I made the comment. Yeah, was it yesterday that I feel like with that 75th anniversary kind of timeline that got put out there, I feel like we're going to get a 2-phase rollout of Tomorrowland.
I agree.
And the small, short, easier stuff will be done by then for 75, and that'll be when we get the drop of like, you guys like what we're doing here? Hope you do. We'll have the comment box in the back, and then but this is going to be phase 2 because we've seen it. Like I said, the phase rollouts is what Disney just adopted. I don't know if Josh is going to change that. It doesn't look like he is, and that could be just because the projects that are now rolling are too far along to remove itself to come out of that 2-phase kind of rollout. But yeah, I still feel like Tomorrowland, that has the potential of being that, but with the only thing that really screwed that up in my mind is having that, mention of the 75th anniversary. And I'm like, well, that kind of screwed that up.
Yeah, it did. Yeah.
I think that kind of screwed that up. Now, but let's, like I've been saying, we're at that point now when it comes to with Tomorrowland that we have no more info. We have nothing. We've tapped out our level of info. So anybody out there running around now going, this is going to happen, that's going to happen, I'm just going to look at them and like, okay, buddy.
You don't know anything yet.
You don't know nothing.
No.
That's fine. That's fine. But it's fun to talk about it and Imagineer and, like you said, Mark, armchair Imagineering is fun. But
it is.
This is what is going to happen. I'm like, you don't know. So I know what I want. I know what I see and what I feel would be awesome. But I also realize that realistically, there's going to be not the full redo that I feel is needed. So
right, absolutely, I agree with you on that. All right, we're about to wrap this show up. We got about 2 minutes left. It goes by fast. I want to thank everyone in the chat for joining in the conversation. Gary Bear, Seth, Jason, and John. Thank you so much for joining tonight's show. There's probably someone else in there because we have, I think, up to 6 people, but
we're getting there.
That's all. Yeah, we are getting there. So share this with someone you love or like, and do click and subscribe to this. We're at 89. I want to get to 100 fairly soon. And again, you can see us popping off on Conductors, Theme Park Conductors channel and Disney Italiano's channel as well. And hopefully Orange Girl 55, we're going to be on his show sometime soon. And again, if you're listening to this, even though we're not live, and the Walt Disney Family Museum is something you'd like to go on a tour with, please let us know because we're trying to put together something special for you guys. Mm-hmm. We've done it before, and we can do it again. Mm-hmm. It's always a fun time down in the Presidio. Yep, absolutely.
Yeah, we're trying to add another couple things into that, but everything's a work in progress. I don't want to talk about that until we can get a solid response on that.
Yes, we have a solid head count for that for sure.
Yeah, because we dropped that we're going to do that. I think we may get more people throwing the hand. By the way, I told my brother about that yesterday. He's just like, "What?" I'm like, "Okay."
Yeah.
Later, yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure he wants to go.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Udi, where can people find out more information about you?
You can find me on my Instagram, which is HAXGOALIE, Haxgold. That's me over there. And then obviously you can find me on the Leaving Today podcast. Thanks, John, for actually listening to that episode. Appreciate it. I hope you thumbed up it or down it, whichever one you wanted to do. You can find me there. You can also find me on the Manda Show, which, we'll see what happens now. One of our founding members is moving. So
I saw that.
Yeah, so we'll see what happens. Yeah, he told us that like last week. No, this weekend, this past weekend.
Where did he get a job at?
I have no idea. I haven't talked to him. I haven't had a chance to talk to him.
Okay.
So we'll see what happens with Amanda's show. Everybody pray for us. I think Mark's going to be the involuntary tribute to fill that spot from here on evermore. But we'll see.
Oh, I don't know about that.
Mark's like, I don't know.
I'm so busy right now. I don't think I have time to do that. I'm sure he can do it fine.
We'll figure it out. But anyway, so you can find me there. Then I'll see you then on the other podcast. Yeah, on our main flagship podcast.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. And like Udi said, you can find us every other Monday on anywhere that you can find the streaming audio content. We are there. Look for Leaving Today podcast. We have 252 shows out there. You can even check us out on YouTube. We have every show is on YouTube as well. Mm-hmm. And we've been doing it for 10 years, almost 10 and a half years. And where you got it, it just keeps getting more and more popular and busy, and that's awesome. Mm-hmm. It's definitely grown. So do check us out there. And every Wednesday, Udi and I will be here. Sometimes it goes. We try to be here Wednesday nights, but sometimes we have to move it to Thursday or Tuesday, depending on what life happens. But we will try to make every effort to be here once a week to talk to you.
Yes, sir.
Great show, boy, except for the race time. Just kidding. Love the different points of view. Yeah, different points of view make everything interesting. How boring would it be for y'all? We're in a mind hive, right? Is that the term?
Yeah, hive mind.
Oh, hive mind, whatever it is.
Or like the seagulls in Finding Nemo. Mind, all the same.
Mind, yeah, totally. So where was I going with that? Anyways, we will be here every Wednesday from 6 to 7 to talk to you, and it's a great way for us to just connect. All right, so until then, make it weird. Tell your friends you love them. We love you. Adventures out there.